Hi there, just to say this is a short snippet from this week's main episode, which was published on Wednesday as always. If you want the full episode, you can find it just below this one. For example, why do you want to appear as being knowledgeable at a dinner party? It's because there's one or two reasons behind that, no more. Why do you drink alcohol? There's one or two fundamental reasons there. Why are you religious? There's one or two fundamental reasons there. Why are you polite? Perhaps overly polite. There's one or two fundamental reasons behind that. Why do you get angry? There's one or two fundamental reasons behind that. Why do you desire wealth? There's one or two fundamental reasons behind that. Why are you an atheist? There's also one or two fundamental reasons behind that. For example, right, you may ask this question. You know, I've been observing myself, and I noticed that at dinner parties, I put on this persona of being knowledgeable, and I start talking about all kinds of things and telling people all sorts of facts, and they might not be very interested, but I just feel this compulsion to tell them. And you ask yourself, why do I want to appear as knowledgeable? Do some inner work, and you might get to the bottom of it, and you might realize, oh, I'm doing this because I actually feel worthless and I want validation. You know, I need to tell people about all this knowledge that I have so that they will tell me that I'm knowledgeable, so that I will feel their validation and I won't feel so worthless. Because right now, if I don't share this knowledge that I have, I feel worthless. Or you might discover, well, actually, I'm just completely fascinated by this topic and I have no one to share it with, so I just share it with anyone. That could genuinely be why you do it, right? So it doesn't have to be a negative motivation. It doesn't have to be like feeling worthless isn't a negative motivation as such. It's just kind of like, it's obviously going to create problems if you feel worthless and create behavior patterns around it. But the desire to share and to feel a connection with people over this topic, not necessarily, but it may cause you issues. People might think you're boring. People might think you never speak about anything else other than this topic, you see. In any case, this first cause actually has nothing to do, notice this first cause has nothing to do with the knowledge itself. It doesn't have anything to do with the knowledge itself. You know, the people around you might just think, wow, he seems to know a lot about that topic and he seems to like talking about it. But no, it's actually got nothing to do with that. It's really about the fact that you either feel worthless or you want to connect with people. It has nothing to do with knowledge. The knowledge is just a proxy. It's just like a vehicle for it, you see. Hi there, just to say this is a short snippet from this week's main episode, which was published on Wednesday as always. If you want the full episode, you can find it just below this one.